Hey collective, it's Anne Marie. Happy Friday. Yes, we made it. I worked late last night. There was this amazing informational session with a lot of judges here, the county judges. We have quite a few. So I learned a lot about probate courts and all kinds of different court proceedings and legal things in the community. And so I got off work early. And if you've seen a couple of my other videos, I talked about my friends, Terrence and Heather. Unfortunately, I haven't shared too much about them because I wanted to be private for them. Terrence is now in hospice, and so I went to OSU today to see Heather and support her. I couldn't imagine. I took care of my father when he was dying of cancer, but I couldn't imagine having someone that I've shared my life with, a loved, someone, a partner, passing away. So he should be passing in the next couple days. It's that point. So if you could send your prayers and healing energy to Heather's heart and soul, and also to Terrence, her partner, who is the individual that has cancer and is in hospice. So that being said, why don't we get some messages of clarity for those of you who are like it. We did pretty good here with the shadow work. Why don't we see what we got with the shadow on this Friday? Do we want to do shadow, or do we want to do threads of karma? Well, let's just do the shadow. Thank you to my high vibrating ancestors, spirit guides, divines, and beings, the source of light energy. Can we please get some messages of clarity for those who like it? Is that the message, spirit? Okay, we'll just see. The card that came out, in case, was positive change. So, all right, ancestors. Ooh, confront your fears. Bravery, healing, reclaim. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. We've got all the windows open. It's really nice out today. The care you fear to build treasure. We got a whale. Someone is standing on the whale here. Let me see something. It's interesting. It talks about a cave that you have fear to enter, and there's a whale. Something as big as a whale, as dark and unknown as a cave, requires bravery. Not only that, but reclaiming who you are, reclaiming your power. I heard reclaiming yourself after your healing. There's some of you, those who this resonates for, take what does and leave the rest, that have been, in my right ears ringing, that have been avoiding some fears. And it's been a couple of weeks since we talked about fears, but it's coming up again. It's that there's these fears that are preventing you from moving forward in certain areas of your life. What are those fears? What messages were you told about yourself to believe these fears? Or what messages in general have you told yourself, or what others have possibly projected onto you? Because that's a lot of what we deal with, right? Our fear is man-made. It's not, it feels real, what is real, but it feels so tangible. Our fear feels so tangible when we're in the midst of it, right? Oftentimes when we get on the other side of that fear, we recognize that it wasn't as bad as we thought it was. I'm being shown that there's a major fear of yours that needs to be confronted. This could be the fear to be alone, the fear of being authentic. Yes, spirit. The fear of being authentic, the fear of showing up as yourself. And here's the thing. A lot of people have that fear. Hence why a lot of people wear masks. They pretend. They don't even realize they do it. They mask their true self. They don't want people to think they're weird or strange. And I get it, right? This last couple years is the first time I've ever shown up as myself. And I'm like, oh well. And you know what? Strangely enough, because I've done the healing work and I've walked through this fear time and time again, it's actually working in my favor now. especially at my new job, where I'm being celebrated for speaking truths, right? This fear is something that has actually, again, if this is for you, has held you back multiple times in your life in different areas. So this is a fear of, like I said, being authentic, fear of speaking your truth, fear of showing up as who you are, fear of leaving connections or relationships that no longer serve you. And so what I'm being shown is that it's time to confront these fears. There's major changes that are going on in your life. No wonder. So the bottom of the deck says defensive. I just heard there's going to be people get defensive when they hear this message. Some of you should not be in the relationships that you're in. And you already know that. It could be romantic. It could be friends, different connections you have in your life. But for some of you, there are some connections that you fear leaving. You're not sure what it's going to look like on the other side. For some of you, you may have never been on your own, or leaving this connection means that you're going to have to go at it alone, and you financially possibly can't afford to do so. You believe as though you financially can't afford to do so. And I understand that. I've been in that situation as well. What else is it, Spirit? Now I got to get up. This is interesting. So this one has the actual ocean. It's ride the storm. Let chaos and turbulence cleanse your spirit, purge purity, and refine. What do you need to purge? And this purity isn't mean perfect, okay? People think there's a purity culture. It's having a clear mind, body, soul, and spirit. It has nothing to do with the purity culture, but that's a whole other reading. Sometimes you have to allow the turbulence, allow the waves to crash. When you make these choices, when you finally step through your fear and you're brave and you confront these fears, and you do, and whatever this is for you, it doesn't have to be the relationship. But when you finally confront these fears, yes, there's going to be, for some situations, for a lot of them possibly, an aftershock of it, or the ripple effects of it, right? It's gonna change your life for the best, right? But for those around you, it's going to be a shock wave. And for some of you, that is what has stopped you in the past, is that I'm just using an example, maybe you have tried to speak up about something, and the way people treated you, they gaslit you, try to talk you out of what you knew to be true for you and your experience, whatever this is. And so what happened possibly is that you didn't ride that storm. You didn't stand 10 toes down on it. And a lot of it was having, not just to be brave, but doing more healing work around whatever this issue was. The more we heal from things, that's the less things that we can be attacked on. If you heal certain abandonment issues, it's harder for people or situations or energies to attack those wounds in us. And so this may be looking at those things that you have fear, and the ones that you've tried to, did I show you the card? I'm sorry. That the things that you tried to ride the storm with, that once you did step into your power or try to speak something up or make certain changes, the pushback was so great, and that you may have retreated and not rode the storm out. And we're almost out of time. My eyesight all of a sudden, we still got a minute left. I apologize. So this may be what the case is. It's like the actual chaos and turbulence is actually going to cleanse your soul. It's actually going to help you continue to walk through these fears, right? And it's beautiful. It's beautiful chaos. Because when you stand 10 toes down, this is what it is. And people will show you who they are by how they respond to you. If you speaking your truth offends people, oh fucking well. Now, it's not to say I'm just honest and people don't like the way I say. If you're a dickhead about how you talk to people, well, that's something different. So what Spirit is saying is work through the fears of riding the storm. It's important for the turbulence because you also see what things aren't meant for you falling away, right? And that even becomes harder. People are like, well, I'm losing all these people and all I did was speak my truth. If they loved me, why would they stick around? Because you're speaking your truth. And a lot of people fear that because they can't speak their truth. And so when they see other people do it, they need to shame them or put them down or gaslight them or whatever it is. So we are out of time. I apologize. I hope you're healthy and happy and full of joy. I truly do.